Hey everyone! I hope you guys are having an amazing Wednesday and you survived all that heat yesterday, the heat wave that went all across United States. Like it was crazy out here in these streets. So I'm sorry about yesterday. Yesterday we had little technical difficulties, but clearly, God works amazingly. So it was on purpose. So today I am back with you and I'm here to give you some good information. Please put in the chat where you're checking in from. Put where you're checking in from so we know who's here in the group. Also, I'm super excited to actually be coming back with you guys weekly to give you more content, to give you more information about business credit and personal credit. So please put in the chat any questions you have or anything you want me to elaborate on in the next couple of weeks so you guys can get all of the content and all of the things you want. Okay. So today we are talking about everyone's favorite topic, which is business credit. Business credit. Okay. So we're going to go over some myths around business credit because I hear it every day. I hear it every day. There's so many great influencers on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and all that good stuff, giving you clickbait, things to get you excited and want to hit up their site and learn more about it. But a lot of the stuff that they're giving you sometimes is not all the way true. There may be a little truth in it, but it's not all the way true. So I want to come on and share with you guys like what is really happening so that you can navigate through the personal credit and business credit platform. Okay. So again, put in a chat where you're checking in from. Also, I hope everyone is safe from that heat because it was crazy. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. Let's talk about a myth when it comes to business credit. All right. So one of the things we hear all the time, like I was looking online yesterday and it was like this ad that came up, Facebook is being taken over by these sponsorship ads all over the place. So there was this ad that came up that said, get business credit with a 520 credit score, personal credit score, right? So then I clicked on it and I was like, hey, Patrina, it's my girl. Okay. Get business credit with a 520 business credit, personal credit score. Okay. And I clicked on it because I'm like, how can you get business credit with a 520 personal credit score? Because I'm like, if that's possible, then I can help more people get business credit. So I clicked on it. I went through that whole process of clicking and signing up and doing all the things that need to be done. So to figure out what it was. And then basically what it was trying to teach people how to get business credit by fixing their personal credit, which makes sense. You cannot get business credit in the beginning without being a personal guarantor. Your personal credit is important. Okay. So the reality, many lenders and creditors will look at your personal credit history, especially if your business is new and has limited credit history. Your personal credit can influence your ability to secure business credit and the terms you receive. Now, this is important to understand. Okay. When you are starting with your business, especially if you are not a franchise, right? A business that's already shown and proven and has a whole bunch of backing, right? The franchises like McDonald's or Chick-fil-A or T-Mobile franchise, like a franchise that has a lot of proven history to help their franchisees build their business, right? So with those types of businesses, yes, you could actually build your business credit without having the best personal credit, right? But when you are a brand new business and your business is less than 10 years old, right? When they are trying to figure out if they can lend you money, they are going to check your personal credit, because your personal credit is the only thing that is really showing them that this business is being run by somebody they can lend money to. Okay. So, in the beginning, your personal credit is going to be a big part of getting business credit, getting business financing, getting business credit cards, getting business loans. Okay. So that is why they look at your personal credit when you start this process. What I always say is that there are parts of, because you can hear all the time online that you can get business credit without being a personal guarantor. It is true. You can get certain types of business credit without being a personal guarantor, without them looking at your personal credit, right? Um, but it's not the real business credit. It's not the stuff you can use anywhere. Okay. So, so what that means is like you can get maybe, um, you could possibly get uh, like a gas card, a business gas card, right? Or you could get maybe a Quill card. Or sometimes a Quill is a store that you can buy certain things with that store. You can only use that card at that store. Um, so you can get maybe like store credit cards without being a personal guarantor. But when you're looking at getting business financing and having banks loan you $50,000 or loan you $20,000, they are going to look at your personal credit, because your personal credit is what's telling them that they can, that you will pay them back, right? If on your personal credit, you owe a lot of personal loans, you're in collections, you have recent late payments, in their mind, they're like, is this a good time to loan Patrina $50,000 for her business? Is this a good time to loan Bonita $30,000 for her business if her personal credit is showing that she is actually behind on some bills, right? So we have to fix your personal credit so that you'll have bigger options with your business credit. Super important. All right, I wanted to show you an actual client. Give me 1 second. This is okay. So yeah, this is the client. I'm going to present. Let me see. Present slide. Share screen. Um, Share entire screen. Okay. All right, let me show you something. Okay, so now that's weird looking. All right, hopefully it's showing correctly. Okay, so this is a client named Tyree. He came into our program a little less than 3 months ago, and he's actually looking for business credit. He came in looking for business credit. We had originally worked on his personal credit I don't know, like 3 years ago, I think, and got him up to the 700s. He has, I think, two businesses, and he was trying to build his business credit because he saw me talking about business credit. So he's like, Bonita, you fixed my personal credit. I made a couple of mistakes because, again, I'm using my personal credit to build my business, and I want to work on business credit. I was like, okay, we'll do that. So he came in 3 months ago. I said, I can start working on your business credit, but we have to get your personal credit back, in order. So he came in about 3 months ago. When he came in, personal credit scores were about 553. In TransUnion, 547 in Experian, and 550 in Equifax. Okay. Now we worked on again getting some of that negative stuff off. he got his credit cards where they needed to be, or he started to get his credit cards where they needed to be. And look at this. We pulled his credit report um, last week. So 7-8, so what, 9 days ago. He started in March. So he put his credit report 9 days ago. So less than 3 months in, we were able to get him to a 692 in TransUnion, a 717 Experian, and a 680 in Equifax. Okay, which is amazing, right? Amazing. So this is another indicator, right? He started in the fives, 3 months in, he's now into the high sixes, high sevens. Now it's time for us to go back now it's time for us to go back and start building his actual business credit. Okay. So again, I'm not saying that you can't start business credit when your personal credit scores aren't where they need to be. You can start the process, but there's but so far you can go unless your personal credit is where it needs to be. Okay. So, and I just showed you an example of someone who was able to do it in less than 3 months. So he actually applied for last week after his scores are where they needed to be. He applied for 2 cards in the second tier of business credit. And again, some of this stuff may be I may be talking fast or whatever, but I will explain all of this. I'm telling you, I'm going to come back to you guys on Tuesdays. I know today's Wednesday. On Tuesdays to have more conversations about personal and business credit. But the cool thing about him is last week, after his scores got to where they needed to be, he applied for 2 tier 2 cards, both giving him more. One gave him $10,000 in business credit, and the other one gave him, I think, $13,000 in business credit, which is really, really great for tier 2 cards. So next month, after the tier 2 cards show up I know, right? After Patrina is a winner too. Thank you, Patrina, for coming on. Patrina be listening to these calls, and she be doing her business credit and personal credit, and has gotten really good outcomes with her business credit. But the cool thing is, once we actually see those tier 2 cards show up on his credit, then we will move to tier 3. And that's when you can get those $30,000, $25,000 credit cards. All right. So that is really cool for him. All right. Let's go to the next myth that I hear all the time. You need to be a large established business to obtain business credit. Okay. That is not true. There are plenty of businesses that are like, I helped someone build their business credit and they had gotten their EIN number 3 months prior to us helping them build their business credit. And then once we did the whole process, so within 6 months of them actually establishing their EIN number to get their business credit, within 6 months, they had already gotten $20,000 worth of business credit. So there is a possibility to get business credit when your business is very young. Now, the older your business is, the more legitimacy your business has, right? The older your business is, the more likely you're going to get higher limit cards or be able to be approved for different types of loans, right? Because what do we know about businesses? I remember reading this, I don't know if it's a myth or a truth, but I remember reading that most small businesses don't survive the first 2 years, okay? And so a lot of times banks are looking to see if your business has some longevity. I mean, they look at that with your personal credit. The older your cards are, the higher your personal credit can be. Same thing with your business. The more lines of business credit you have, the older your business is, the more established it is. But you are able to get business credit even if your business is brand new, okay, less than 2 years old. There are certain loans and certain cards that do want to see that your business is older than 2 years. Some cards I've applied for, they want to see your business is over 5 years old. So it all depends on the account you're applying for, the type of credit or loan you're applying for your business. Okay. But yes, you do not have to be an actually established business. All right. Now, we talked about before, and we will go deeper into it because I know it's people's thing. We talked about before that having an established business and having a credible business has to do with setting up um, your business online, like setting up your business. What is it? What did we say? Making sure your business is Googleable. Okay, making sure that people can find you online. Every bank is using AI. Every bank has been using AI way before they told us about AI. Okay, so they're checking to see if your business has certain like minimal things like, does your business have a business bank account? Does your business have an address that isn't your personal address? Does your business have a Facebook account? Does your business have a website? These are important things because if your business doesn't even have a website or it doesn't have a business bank account, they're like, is this really a business? Tell me the truth. Is this really a business? Or is this somebody trying to get some money saying they got a business? Okay. So you want to make sure that you're setting up your business such that people can find it, banks can find it, actual customers can find it, such that you're more likely to get business credit. Okay. All right. So the next myth, and then I'm going to take some time to give me a second. I'm going to take some time to answer any questions and give you some good stuff. All right. So another myth that I hear a lot is using business credit is the same as using personal credit. Okay. Um, no, it is not the same. Business credit is amazing. Now, personal credit is amazing too. Personal credit is the game changer to everything, right? But business credit is on another level. I was doing a workshop last night, and and somebody asked me, she was like, what is more important, cash or credit? What's more important, cash or credit? And I was like, I know the answer, but how do I explain it? Right. So I was like, okay, I believe that credit is way more important than cash. Now, cash is important. I'm not saying you don't want to have cash in the bank, but when you have good credit, you have access to way, way more opportunities, right? Like, for example, if I had, um, like, I live in Washington, D.C., right? And most houses in Washington, D.C. cost about $350,000 to, actually, no. Most places in Washington, D.C. probably cost around $500,000. Because I'm thinking about like flipping houses and when would I buy them for and then would I sell them for. So most places in Washington, D.C. cost around $500,000 to $1,000,000 to purchase, right? Now, let's say you had $500,000 in the bank, okay, and you didn't have great credit, right? What you could do is you could take that $500,000 and purchase one house because you don't have good credit, but you have $500,000, right? Now, let's say you had great credit, right? And you had a great job and you had great credit and you only had $100,000 in the bank, right? You could use that $100,000 with your great credit to purchase a $500,000 house. And then you could, or you could use that $100,000 and your great credit to purchase that $500,000 house, and then probably have some more left over to purchase another house. Okay. So when you have good credit, you have access to way more money. When you have money, you can do more with this good credit, right? Because you also have these people coming on saying, yes, Sonia understands too. Having good credit really does change the game. You also have a lot of people coming on these platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, these great places, saying that you can buy houses or flip houses with none of your own money, right? Now, there is some truth in that, right? There's some truth in that, because you can buy a house using other people's money. You can flip houses using other people's money. You can do a lot of things using other people's money, but usually that money costs a lot of money. Like, especially if you don't have good credit, the cost of money is a lot higher when you don't have good credit. It is a huge game changer. Thank you, Sonia. Yes, it is a huge game changer. All right. So what we're gonna do is, let me bring it back to the other biggest myth. Okay, using business credit is the same as using personal credit. Now, the biggest difference between personal credit and business credit, in my mind, is that one is, you remember I always talk about the wheel that goes over like how your personal credit works and how much your credit card utilization affects your personal credit, right? Business credit is very different. They know that you're running a business, so utilizing or you actually using your credit cards does not affect you the same way that it does when you use your credit cards with your personal credit. All right, let me break that down a little bit different. Okay, so with your business credit, because they know you're running a business, they're going to first give you higher limits usually. So if you go today to Home Depot and you get a personal credit card with them, they may give you $2,000, $5,000, something like that. But if you go to Home Depot today and you get a business credit card, they may give you $10,000 or $20,000 because they know you're a business. So they know that you need more money to actually run your business, right? So let's say you get a personal card with Home Depot and they give you a $2,000 limit. If you use more than like 10% of that, which is like $200 for the $2,000, if you use more than $200 on your $2,000 personal credit card, it is going to start affecting your personal credit negatively. It can start hurting your personal credit. Okay. If you get a $10,000 business credit card from Home Depot and you use $8,000 of it, right? No, you use $10,000 of it. Guess what? It does not affect your personal credit at all. It doesn't. It doesn't. Your personal credit will still look amazing because it is on your business credit. So it's not on your personal credit. It's not hurting your personal credit. And the other huge factor is that it's not going to really lower your business credit just because you're using the card. It's not going to lower your business credit. Now, if you have 6 business credit cards and all of them are maxed out, then your business credit score may be affected because they're like, wait a second, Bonita, you're maxing out everything. Do you actually have money to run this business? You're maxing out everything. Maybe we should lower your business credit a little bit so that other banks know that you may approve Bonita, but maybe for not so much. Maybe instead of approving Bonita on her business credit cards for $20,000, usually you approve her for $10,000 next time she applies for something, right? So it's with business credit, it's not like if you're maxed out on your credit cards that you're not going to be able to get any more credit. It's just that sometimes they might start lowering the limit they're offering you. Now, on your personal credit, if you start maxing out cards, they will stop you from getting new cards. you would just start being denied. Okay. So business credit does take into account that you're running a business and that sometimes you actually need to use the cards. Personal credit is not set up like that. If you start using your credit cards too much, your personal credit scores will go down and then it will stop you from getting anything else. So that is why it's super important that we move out of using our personal credit to fund our businesses or to manage our businesses. All right, so I hope that was some great information. You know, I try to give it to you. Please put in the chat anything that you guys are wanting to hear. If you have any clients that need help with their personal credit, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. This is what we love doing. We love educating and helping people get their credit scores up. If you or anyone you know wants help with building their business credit, I'm here for that too. Also, cool thing is we are now able to help any Spanish speaking clients. So if you have any clients that speak Spanish, please reach out to us because now we are able to help Spanish speaking clients. And we're so excited about that. All right. So, yes. All right. So now I'm going to take some questions. Oh, and also, if you know of any realtors that are working with Spanish speaking clients, please um, uh, give them my information, give me their information. I want to reach out to them because we are trying to help that community as much as possible. And because we haven't been serving that community, because we didn't have anyone who spoke Spanish in the company, we're trying to promote it and build it up. So if you know of any realtors or loan officers that are working mainly with Spanish speaking clients, please introduce me to them because I want to help. We want to help. All right. Thank you. All right. So Sonia, I think had a question. My husband just had a personal credit limit go up from $9,000 to 550 because he wasn't using the credit card. A personal credit limit go from okay. So sorry, go down. I read that wrong. Boston Public Schools. All right, cool. So you were saying that your husband's personal, okay. Sonia said, my husband had his personal credit limit go from $9,000 to 550 because he wasn't using the card. Yes, that happens. His limit was reduced. So this is why that can happen. One is because anytime a bank gives you a credit card, they have to take out insurance on the money that they give you. Okay. So if they give you a $9,000 limit credit card, they're going to have to take out insurance on that $9,000. Right. Now, the reason they have to take out insurance on that $9,000 is if anything happens to you, you get sick, you go bankrupt, anything happens and you're not able to pay that $9,000, what that bank will do is they will charge it off to their insurance. That's why you see charge offs when things go into collections, they charge it off to their insurance and they're able, this is the crazy stuff, they're able to get, I think it's 120% of whatever the original loan is that they gave you. So the $9,000. So they're able to get back $9,000 from their insurance plus an extra 20%. Okay. So they charge it off to their insurance. That's why they have to take out insurance on it. So if you are not using that card, let's say you go a year or two without using that card, that bank is still paying that insurance on that limit. And of course, the higher your limit is, the more insurance they have to pay for. So sometimes what they'll do is they'll reduce the limit of your actual card so that they're not paying so much insurance, so that it does not cost them so much money to keep you as a customer. Some banks will be even shady enough to actually just close your card. If you stop using it for too long, they'll just close your card and they want to pay any insurance at that point. So the fact that he still has the card is good. If he starts using it more often, they may raise the limit because now they're like, oh, he woke up. Now he want to use us. And then they'll start raising the limit. Okay. But I do suggest any card that you have that is an older card, a card that is like older than 5 years, older than 7 years old, you want to use it like once a year at least so they don't close the card or reduce the limit. The last thing you want is for the banks to start closing cards on you and lowering your age of file. And again, we will talk about that on the next episode about age of file because I know people are like, well, tell me about the age of file. Okay, I know that is a big topic, but I hope I gave you guys some good information today. And please, I will keep looking back and seeing what people are posting so that we can create more so I can address the things you guys want to hear. I want to be here for you. So just let me know what you guys want to talk about. I love talking about credit, as you can see. I talk about my expertise are in personal credit, business credit, and honestly, in using points to travel. I'm going to do a class on using points to travel. I was telling a friend the other day how I think it was last year, no, the year before last year, I challenged myself and I was able to save up enough points to pay for over 20 people. I think it was 24 people to go to Costa Rica um, only on points. I paid for their hotel. I paid for all their plane tickets. It was like 23 or 24 people. And we did like a reunion in Costa Rica. And I did that all on points. Last year, I went to New Zealand for New Year's on points. And I was able to even get one of those what is it called? A plane ticket where the actual seat goes down to like a bed. Only on points. Only on points. Which the actual seat, if I was to pay for it in cash, I think it was like $8,000. And I paid just the taxes on it, which came up to be like $240 or something like that. And it was just on points. So yeah, we'll have a class on that one too. But please put in the chat things you want to hear about. I love you guys. Enjoy your lunch. Stay safe. And I will get back with you guys next Tuesday at lunchtime and we'll discuss more stuff. Again, you have my number. And it's right here. I'm sorry, it's right here. So again, call me. And again, I'm really asking you guys if you have any clients that speak Spanish or you have any realtors that deal with clients that speak Spanish, please connect me. All right. I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.